question that comes to my mind is, through this particular deliberation that we have, feelings are good, bad, should we have them, should we have them? The second question that I want to ask you is, whenever we talk about spirituality, somehow this entire debate of the Eastern and the Western cultures come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to connect. How is a culture linked to spirituality? Because spirituality doesn't refer to a region, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how these, the cultural differences or the mindset differences, they get connected to spirituality. So these two things I'm a little confused. You can
Okay. Let me start with the second question first. I think I'll take the blame on my reason I brought up the Western counterparts is what I observed. That doesn't mean Western counterparts has understood the spirituality or we had not. That's not about that. It's about how we have understood and how we grew up. Because as a human mind that works, any word that I would relate to you is not your fault, the way you ask your question. It's a very good question. I think that needs to be clarified. Every word that I speak, on a subconscious level, it relates to your understanding that you have grown up with. It's not about right and wrong. You want me to elaborate more? Okay. So let's say I was born Hindu, because my name is Mukesh. Right away. Mukesh, Hindu. Muhammad, Muslim. Like her. Respected her, Parsi. Look, all those feelings that we have lived by. These are feelings that we carry on a subconscious level. You don't recognize it. But at the same time, when you hear something, maybe sometimes it will connect to your subconscious, which your conscious mind would think what it is in your subconscious. That's why sometimes it happened to me too. It took a while for me to come out of it. Because every word that I was told when I moved to States was creating discomfort to myself. Because I was born with a different understanding. And I grew up with a different understanding. So what I am elaborating more about is the understanding of the subconscious that we have, which we don't right now. What is lying within our own self is what we are born with, because that is very critical for us to understand. Parents, their parents. This is what the lineage that we bring in when you are born on this planet. And then the eyes and the ears. We always say, I can look, I can hear. But what happens here is, all this lineage that we carry in a physical body is only allowing me to see things or hear things that way only. It's a very powerful and a very fast process happening with the physical body. That's why I have chosen this subject of talking only physical body only. What was your first question? I think I lost it.
The question was, there was a reference to feelings quite a few times.
Yeah, cultural feelings. Yeah, absolutely. Now, the feelings, I brought these up. If you look at our past, not the present times, maybe 20, 30 years, or maybe now, the attachment that we carry. What is an attachment? Husband and wife, myself and my father, myself and my mother, myself and my sister. All these attachment. You would rather tell me right now that, Mukesh, I know all this. But the question is, did I really understood my attachments? And what does the responsibility that applies with it? So that means this is exactly what I wrote to myself. I have to understand my attachment to detach from it. For myself to live a happy life. That doesn't mean I'm selfish. I'm still part of the family. A family could be two people. This is whole family myself. Every word that I emphasize is basically relates to my own self. Family is me. Society is me. What is the society? On a larger level, it's the fellow human beings. But ultimately, the society starts from one mind, one subconscious, that basically becomes a circle that is much more larger, that is very difficult to break through. Any more questions?
Yes. Sir, would you please elaborate a little more on the principle of zero?
Yeah. In a spiritual old scriptures, your journey of a human being is connecting to your Atman and dissolving yourself into Paramatma. That's zero. In the new understanding, moving forward or having a vision of the society of 2500 years. I'm talking about 2500 years now. A zero is on a physical state a vicious cycle that I got into when I created that one habit. I'll give you one small example if you allow me to. When I was growing up, I was told by my parents that बेटा किसी का अच्छा करने के लिए कोई नु सारू કરવા માટે એક જૂઠું બોલશે ને તો પાપ ના કહેવાય. Look at that one word, what it has done to me. Line is correct, understanding is correct, but not understanding how my physical body works. That one juthu became habit for myself. And this is, I found that one lie became the truth, and getting habituated to the truth, that lie became the truth for myself all my life. So I keep on questioning to myself, હું તો જૂઠું બોલતો જ નથી. But look where I have started. That doesn't mean my parents were wrong. Doesn't mean those principles were wrong. But I only believe that this planet had never had the clear understanding of the physical state.
Okay, next question. Anyone? Yes.
Last.
No.
If there is nobody else, then sir, the question is very simple. Regarding why not have a common base for family as well as business goals based on the convictions of the principal or the main stakeholder of the business, after taking into consideration the majority of the characteristics of the workforce. So the question is to have why not have a common base for the family life of the workforce, including the major stakeholder, as well by considering the convictions of the main stakeholder, after taking into consideration the majority profile of the majority of the workforce. That is the question.
So let me elaborate on it before I answer this question, because I want to make sure I understood your question.
You have understood.
What you're trying to understand is, or what your question is, as I understood it, not your Nopal, sir, that major stake of the shareholders.
The main person who is having the controlling.
Correct,
control of the business.
CEO, let me put those words on the board. Now, let me move forward. Basically, this is the guiding force to this person. Correct? To the CEO.
They are the they are the hands and limbs of the major stakeholder.
Correct.
Who's running the business.
Barabar. I understand.
So the point, sir, the question is why not he decide on the philosophy, basing the philosophy on his own convictions, but giving a huge consideration to the overall thinking of the workforce. That is the idea.
Right. Now, here look at the same guy. Here is another person. That is one thought process. These are different person. Everybody has their own thought process. Now, money is the stake. Is bringing them together as a group. So here you have to separate these zeros out. These are all the small zeros as human beings. Their understanding with the money they group together. Here is one guy who has his own understanding. So if you bring this counseling here, this understanding here, this is the critical point of turning around the company. Because ultimately, no matter what I think here, is still abided by some of the thoughts that comes out of you. So conviction has to come from here. Because this is secondary here. No matter what I try to guide here, ultimately what we are talking is the Trishankhu. That means every individual, through their upbringing and their understanding, has their own views, thoughts and perspectives of a life, what ought to be and what ought not to be. And that's why, what is one thing that is binding us together in my understanding, sir, is again the physical body. That is common to all of us. Absolutely common in my understanding. One common thing that I was looking for in last 8 years of the journey was, what is one common thing that I'm bounded by? Not my understanding. It could be different than my wife. It could be different than my own son. It could be different than my own father. But there is one common thing after these 8 years of running around. One day I found this. Physical state of being. And I think this is what we lack at the present state on this planet. The understanding part, nothing else. So this is the last line I wrote to myself, where I would really confess it openly. I was very upset with everybody around me, including my wife, including my own family, because they don't understand me. But when this journey that I came to some conclusion of my life, this is what I wrote for myself. I don't have a right to get upset at anybody. If you do have a lack of understanding or not understanding of the path, that means if I tell you to come to my house and if I don't show you the path, how would I blame you for you to be late or not showing up? This is exactly what we have done to ourselves because of the lack of understanding of this or not awareness of this.
So putting the question in a different manner,
Okay.
different words. The control function of management, whoever is having that control, should be the decisive factor after considering the others. That is the connection.
Correct, yes.
So in this case, there could be one person who is having the stake, all of it, or there could be a sizable amount, say 40%. The numbers are not important. The point is the controlling, whoever is having the control, who makes the main decision. While taking the decision regarding the spiritual life of the company, of the business, I am not talking about company,
Business.
there could be n number of
Doesn't
companies.
matter, absolutely.
So the spiritual life of the entire business, whoever is going to be inside, whom I am designating as the controlling stakeholder, he should, that stakeholder might not take into consideration the demography or the cultural, the ethical composition of the workforce, which is aiding him that authority to run the entire business before deciding on the spiritual
Correct.
aspect.
Correct.
That was the idea actually.
The spiritual word that I'm using is because, again, the same thing here. The one person itself, let's say if I put myself in the CEO shoes, my understanding of what I carry, since I was born, how I grew up with, what information I had, is going to allow me. That doesn't mean I'm wrong or right. It's going to only allow me to that particular aspect of life that I'm going to make that decision. So let's say I'm a selfish, absolute selfish. I would rather say selfish is good. But again, that word management key is here. And I think it's my fault that I was not able to bring that up. I believe a human life or anything is management. There's no such thing as control. I can always talk about my control to myself. I don't even have it. Right now, let's say you say something, I might get upset. Or I say something, you might not. So the whole idea is that selfishness, if I have, I would not even realize it, because you know what? I'm just looking at that aspect of you guys. Okay, you know what? I'm making my money, I'm walking away. But I'm not realizing that ultimately my money or my happiness or profit of the business is basically related to this whole circle that I got into.
With reference to the spiritual counseling, what would you select? Which one would you select? Feelings or the discipline?
I knew this was coming. I was waiting for this moment. Because this has to come from you guys. I was pushing away, expecting something out of it.
No, I was expecting the answer from you.
No, I was hanging it up. I'll be honest with you. I was hanging it up.
I was in search of.
No, I was hanging it
I
up.
could not get it. That's why.
That means management of my feelings and understanding of responsibility. Plus, this is a success to myself and my company.
Repeat what you said.
Managing my emotions and feelings or understanding me. This is very good. Managing my feelings plus understanding of my responsibility. And what is responsibility? It's a very big word. To myself first, critical. My family, myself. What is myself? Again, family. Same word I keep on repeating. You want me to elaborate or you got it, sir? I knew you got it. There's nothing to talk about.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Well, Mr. Mehta, you have taken us on a very interesting journey by sharing some very time-tested and useful concepts about how we can bring real balance into our work and into our lives. We greatly appreciate the inputs that you have given. Yes, the time has come where we need to really look at the kind of work ethic we have, whether it is the Eastern or whether it is the Western thinking and philosophy. It should be a definite merging and a definite fusion of the two. We need to take the best of Eastern and Western cultures and see that we integrate it into our lives to make us a whole and a happy human being. So thank you very much once again, and we would like to appreciate your sharing of your ideas today with a small token of our appreciation. May I request Mr. Shivpuri, our committee member, to come forward and present a token of our appreciation on behalf of all of us.